Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This is a guy, he's writing in asking for advice with regards to, I'm guessing, his nephew. His nephew, I believe, is in his early 20s, been with his girlfriend for like 5 years, and is absolutely dead set on marrying her. Even though, according to the guy writing in, saying that the kid's parents say she has lots of red flags and are warning him and all that. Nope. This young 20-something, he knows everything, and is wondering what he should do. Should he help him out, offer advice, or just let him fail, deal with the consequences, etc., etc.? Now, let me go over here, guys, because I'm pretty sure that the majority of you watching this right now know at least one person in your life, a friend, a family member, whatever, that it may be in a situation they're with the wrong girl, or the marriage is going down the tubes, and you want to help them based on what you've learned in your own life experience, what you've learned here and other channels, but they don't want to hear it. They think either that you're overreacting, or they say maybe you don't know her, you don't know my wife or my girlfriend, or I know better, something like that. And you're wondering, should I help him out or just let him fail? Because that'd be a very good one. Or maybe a lot of you guys watching this were once that guy. Maybe you were once that guy, thought you knew better, and somebody was trying to help you and tell you to learn reality. So it's not very long, so I'm going to go over this and share my opinion, because that'd be a very good one, because I think a lot of you guys, as you have learned a lot, like I said, through this channel, and the stories that are shared, the real life stories that are shared, or the personal experience, may find yourself in this situation. He says, hey SSM, I love what you do, and I wish there was an SSM when we were growing up. If there was an SSM when I was growing up, I would have made all the boneheaded mistakes that I made. So I have a younger relative who is dead set on getting married. Smack. Dumbass. He is young, 20s, and has been with his girlfriend for over 5 years. I do not know her, but his parents have voiced their concerns about red flags to see with her, and their warnings are falling on deaf ears. You mean a 20-something that thinks he knows everything? Ugh, must be the first time in history that's ever happened. And a Gen Zer, I might add, even worse. Not all Gen Zers are like that, guys. For any of you Gen Zers that obviously are watching me, I know you're not all like that, but my two nephews visited me 2 months ago, 22 and 19 years old. And they are the polar opposite of the stereotypical Gen Zs that you want to slap. They're great kids, they're respectful, they're hardworking, have jobs, make money, put away money, invest money, do great in school. And they're telling me, they're like, Uncle, whatever my mystery name is, Uncle, no, wait till you see the next generation, the Gen A's, because all their friends have very younger brothers and sisters that fall into the next category. They're like, oh no, they're a problem. So I already got the Gen Zers talking about the next generation. Anyhow, I'm ranting here. He appears to be of the mindset that if he picks wrong, it will just cost him his time and nothing else. Okay. What advice would you give other than a smack? Would you speak up to him, or would you let him pee on the electric fence? DJ. Well, DJ, I'm glad you wrote in, because it's a very good question to ask. So what do you think, guys? Warn him, tell him everything he needs to know, even though he doesn't want to hear it and thinks he knows everything, or let him fail? Well, guys, I'm a firm believer. I'm all for helping people, but I'm not for coddling people, and there's a big difference here. Okay, bro, your nephew, I'm assuming he's a nephew, is a grown-ass man. He's in his 20s, and if he believes he is mature enough and smart enough and knows everything to get married, given how things are in today's world, in spite of probably some warnings that his parents gave him and all that, then I say at that point then he needs to go through it, and whatever happens, happens. If nothing happens, and maybe the parents are overreacting, and he has a happy marriage and all that, great. We could use more of those, quite frankly. But the odds are, statistically, it's not going to work out. And if the parents are seeing red flags, and you compare it with the statistics nowadays, it's not going to work out, and he is going to be hurt. Either he's going to probably be hurt emotionally by her cheating or bullshit she brings up, or anything that can happen in these stories, or and then also financially. The longer they're together, the more he takes a hit. But what I would do in your situation, if this was me, like if one of my nephews that I spoke of earlier was with a gal making mistakes and she has red flags and all, I think she wants to marry her, believe me, I would voice my opinion. They know, but my nephews already know about me. They watch my channel on occasion. I would, in spite of him, your nephew, acting like he knows everything, I would make one attempt to sit him down, have a beer with him, or if he doesn't drink beer, have a coffee or something, and express your concerns. Because maybe he just, it's his parents, he doesn't want to hear from them. An uncle, I would sit him down, I would tell him, what you think, based on your personal experience, based on things you've learned, all that, and give him all the warnings, say all that to this young guy you care about here, and give him all the suggestions and tips to protect himself. I would do that. And at that point then, he could react in two ways. Either he could be a disrespectful little fuck, like rolling his eyes and talking to you like you don't know anything, or call you a okay boomer or something stupid like that. Then I'd walk away and let him fucking fail. But if he responds to your concerns and you trying to help him with respect, saying, I appreciate you saying this, but with all due respect, I think she's different, and he's respectful and then goes on his way. Okay, fine, at least he was respectful about it. And if he fails, but then maybe you can guide him down the road. But like I said, I'm not for coddling. But if he acts like a little shithead about it, you know what? Let him go off, get married. Let him see what happens. Because like you said, that there were a lot of red flags about her. And if he crashes and burns with her cheating, or she gets pregnant and that child isn't his, or who knows, all the number of things that can go wrong, especially with a gal with all the red flags, and he doesn't take precautions, then you know what? If he knew everything and was smart enough and mature enough to marry her in spite of all the warnings, everybody that cares about him, then let him clean up his own fucking mess. That's what I think. Okay? Hope it doesn't come to that. And I think that's how things have to be with all you guys, depending on who you know may be in a bad situation. A buddy, a coworker that you're friends with, someone in your family. You say what you got to say, you help them out, and if they are unwilling to accept your advice and stuff like that, or they worse act of disrespect, let them fail. Period. And then you can determine whether when they fail, if you then are going to help them when they come crawling back. Because some might be full of so much pride or embarrassment that you may never hear from them again, in terms of like, yeah, I screwed up. But if they do come back, you can make that choice. But I don't waste my time on people that don't want to improve upon things. When I was a personal trainer, it got to the point that I only wanted to work with people that actually were serious about making a change, in their lives. They wanted to lose weight. They were serious. They weren't going to just half-ass their workouts and then go to McDonald's 5 days a week and eat a bunch of garbage. No, these are people that were disciplined and said, I want to make a change, and they changed their diet, what they ate, how they ate, all that type of thing. They were exercising. They were they were playing the long game. They were serious. But the people that just half-assed it, I just had no interest in working with, And you can usually tell after a while. So I just don't waste my time. And it's the same thing, in my regular life now. I wouldn't waste my time with people, because otherwise, just your time's valuable. End of story. And that's just how I feel and how I think about this situation. So bro, and any of you guys out there that may have wondered this, because I'm sure a lot of you have. You watch it long enough and hear these stories, your own experience, and you see people that are effing up. You want to help them, but if they don't want help, they don't want to learn, you're wasting your breath, and your time is valuable. So I would say your piece to him, and hopefully he respectfully listens to you, whether he agrees with you or not. But if he's a jerk about it, fine. Let him pee on the fence, as you say, and potentially let him pee on the electric fence and let him get his dick electrocuted, because that's what he deserves. So we shall see. Because I just, it's like all these stories I've covered where these guys act like complete boneheads, and they just refuse to just see reality. And there gets to be the point that's like they deserve what they get after so much putting themselves in the same situation over and over again. They deserve what they get. A lot of people call it victim blaming or victim shaming, whatever, but really, it's not. There's a point that somebody is responsible for their own actions. But we live in a world now where so many people want to blame everybody and anything for the problems in their lives, except taking personal responsibility for the problems that they typically brought on and invited into their lives. But anyhow, that's what I think. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and let this guy know what you think. Let him know in the comment section, do you think that he should even say anything to this nephew, or at the very least, say something and just see how it goes. And I'd also like to hear in the comment section, guys, if you have any personal experience with this. Have you had a situation just like this guy, family or friend, that you see is in trouble, you've tried to help, and sometimes it has helped, and the other times it fell on deaf ears and they suffered down the road. Let's talk about this in the comment section, because I think a lot of guys will read this because you're probably in the same situation as this dude, and it could help everybody out. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.